Welcome to the Spiritual AF Life podcast, a magical place where your host, Heather Danielle, psychic medium, will bring the mystical woo-woo world down to earth in practical ways. Tune in every Monday for your weekly reading and on Wednesdays to hear fascinating conversations with spiritual experts, uplifting stories, and deep dives into the metaphysical world, all to help you tap into the invisible guidance that's all around you. It's time to start living a spiritual AF life. Get cozy, the conversation is starting now.
Welcome to the Divine Forecast here on the Spiritual AF Life podcast. This happens every Monday. I will be bringing you 5 cards chosen from Spirit to help offer you some guidance and insight on the week ahead. And as you know, I am an oracle card lover, so each week I will choose a different card deck. And this week, I was really guided to use the Oracle of the 7 Energies by Colette Baron Reid. This Oracle card deck just has such beautiful artwork on it and very, very accurate. I used these for the coffee and cards on Sunday and it just was on point. So I really wanted to use them again. I still wasn't done with them. If you want to check out the cards, I will be posting them on Facebook and also on Instagram and also on Pinterest too. I always forget that I post these on Pinterest, so definitely look them up over there. And if you want to see if you want to get this deck, I will link them in the show notes. Usually I will try and show you Amazon, where you can pick them up from there because of the free shipping. But a lot of times too, Hay House does have them on sale, but sometimes it charges more shipping and stuff like that. So definitely look between those 2 sites is what I use to get my Oracle card decks. So without further ado, let's get right into the first card. This is going to be Monday's card, and it is Earth Magic. It is number 1. As soon as I seen the number 1, I immediately was drawn to January. And I really feel like this actually might resonate with somebody in your life who was born in January or underneath the same sign as January in the zodiac, okay? And it really talks about number 1, getting outside if you can. All right, it's going to be so helpful for you to decrease your anxiety, to decrease stress. I feel like you need to get out of the house. And I feel like it's not just because that outside is so good, but it's also that feeling that I'm getting, which I've gotten before, is the things inside the house are not for your highest good. So that could be items that are in there, people that are inside of your house, maybe they're energy vampires or something along those lines, or maybe it could just be a lot of the artificial things that are in your house that's really having an effect on your health. That could be the lights in your house, products that you're using to clean and stuff like that. So Spirit might want to get you out of the house a little bit just so that you're not around all of that toxicity, okay? So that is number 1 thing. The other thing too that I am getting is that it's really important for you to ground on Monday. So if you have been doing a lot of things with your mind, whether that is work, creative endeavors, a lot of spiritual work, whatever it is, when you are doing a lot with your mind, you are really activating the higher chakra centers. And when you do that, that can make you more spacey. It can make you more forgetful. There's just so much energy and we need to balance it out with the lower chakras. So when you do grounding work, which is, walking bare feet on the earth, eating grounding vegetables, going ahead and meditating, that is going to start activating those lower chakra centers, like your root chakra, which is located at the base of your spine. And it's going to help balance you out a little bit so you're not feeling all woohoo and like crazy up in your mind. Okay. So this is going to be a great day to start a good exercise routine. So if you got one, great, keep it up. If you don't have one, it might be a good way to start, right? Great day to start. All right, so when I look in the book, I just have to let you know 26 and 27 are the numbers. So kind of keep that in the back of your mind. And one of the messages that I want to read to you is be still for a moment, quiet your thoughts, and managing Imagine anchoring your energy to the sacred quality of being part of this living earth. Do this mindfully to connect to this divine intelligence with the power to create the perfect form from the essence of a tiny spark of life. Indeed, this is miraculous. The message now is to trust that the seeds you planted in your field of dreams are in good hands. The earth is conscious, divine source of love that is doing its part on your behalf. Slow down, take in the beauty of your life now, and trust that you are intending is what you are intending, okay, is being nourished and is grounding. All right. There will be plenty of time later to tend to your garden, to water and to weed it. Great magic is germinating underground, working its way to the surface to deliver more blessings than you could imagine. Let it. 100% it's saying to enjoy the season of your life if you can. Okay, so there might be something that you have right now that is very precious, and maybe you don't even realize it. Maybe it's somebody in your life, maybe it is your health, or something along those lines, but they really are trying to get you to focus on the here and now. Okay, it's so easy for us to get caught up in the things that we don't have, the things that we no longer have, or the things that we want. But for Monday, at the very least, we have to just be grateful for what we have. We have to be grateful no matter what. Okay. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but it's just like, just be grateful, even if the challenges come along, and trust that the challenges are coming along for a reason. Okay. So beware on Monday, but I still think it's going to be a good day. Okay. So don't worry about it too much. All right, so now we're going to move on to Tuesday's card, which is number 35. And in the book, it's actually 102, 103, which could be January 2nd, January 3rd, or October 2nd, October 3rd is what I'm picking up. But it says a tall tale. So first off, on Tuesday, all right, just be careful if you have to tell white lies. And then just know that somebody in your life might be telling you white lies too. Like they can't make it because of X, Y, and Z. They're not feeling good or whatever. It's okay. Like Hakuna Matata it. It's like if they don't want to hang out, that's fine. If they don't want to do what you want to do, that's fine. But just be really cautious with how you are feeling with your intuition and with your gut. This is going to be a day to go with your gut feeling, and that's a big thing too, by the way. Just don't make any decisions that are based on what other people say or other people's advice. This is the time to really listen into yourself. And let's see what this says. It says, you or someone else is telling a tall tale right now. You always know if a falsehood is spoken because it doesn't always feel grounded. When you lie, you get a high and illusory sense of power that is doomed to fail at some point. You feel driven by the fear of exposure, but something makes you stick to your story, even though you know it has no substance. Whatever lie we are caught up in isn't as important as a motive for it. Why does anyone lie? Perhaps we don't believe the truth is good enough, or that we want to keep doing what we shouldn't be doing. Then there is a lie put forth while in denial, such as hiding an addictive addiction. All right. Wow, this is crazy. So it's definitely being paying attention to that, and paying attention to yourself as well, and also paying attention to those lies that you might be telling yourself. All right. Are you telling yourself that you don't want something when you truly do? Are you settling because you're not being honest with yourself? Maybe your standards have changed. Maybe the things that you want have changed. So think about that. And we are moving on to Wednesday's card. Whew, it's number 4, and it says great and full. Wow. The reason why I'm saying wow a lot is because it really reminds me of the Ace of Cups in the tarot. So I just feel like a lot of emotion and a lot of energy on Wednesday. Okay. So first off, if you can, in the beginning of the week before Wednesday, journal, meditating, getting some of that energy out, because I do feel like on Wednesday, if you don't have it handled, you might be overly emotional. I'm also seeing stars, which I absolutely love, and I'm seeing a lotus flower like open up. And so maybe that's what's going to happen too, is that you might hit your breaking point or something like that. And it might be something that you haven't come to terms with, or you haven't healed from, or you haven't really allowed yourself to feel. And then on Wednesday is really when you're going to feel it. In the book, it's number 32 and 33, and it says, before you can begin to understand the process of manifesting your desires, you need to practice deep gratitude and the willingness to share it with others. This is the true nature of prosperity. It's not about the things you accumulate at all, it's about how you feel. You're invited to surrender to an important truth. There is always enough for you. There is enough time to do the things you need and desire to do, enough opportunities to express your talents and connect to your purpose, and enough magic circulating through the invisible world into the visible. Begin your day immersed in gratitude for everything you have and everything you can't yet see. The unmanifest, which begins with every breath you take. Know that you are enough and all your needs are being fulfilled, even if you doubt this in this moment. No one's success can make you feel small, and comparing yourself to others never works. Your life is brimming with unique potential. Focus on that. I love too reading this part of the book because it really does bring up a lot of the, how do I describe this? This potential that you in your life has. Okay, and who knows, maybe even on Wednesday, you will get a little bit of a spark of that. Maybe it will just ignite within you. Maybe all of a sudden you will feel that passion, or you will take up an opportunity that you see on Wednesday, and that will crack you open. I tell you what, so oftentimes we think that one thing will crack us open. That one thing, if we can get that one mentor, that one job, that one person, that one thing, and our whole life would just unravel and be amazing and awesome. But it's not usually one thing that does it. It's a whole bunch of little things, and then compiled together, it really does crack us open and makes us, in awe of life and the healing and the life that we're living and things like that. So if you are waiting for this ginormous breakthrough, if you are really just waiting to have that person sweep you off your feet or have that job that just ignites your heart, then it's not going to be probably just that one person that just comes into your life and it just automatically happens. God could be putting several people into your life to slowly crack your heart open. All right, just slowly, slowly, slowly. So you are probably doing exactly what you need to do in order to make this happen. All right, it's just that sometimes it takes small steps instead of one big giant step. So marinate on that just a little bit. All right, we are going on to Thursday's card, which is Endless Possibilities. It is number 38. I love this card so much. It is number 110 and 111. Okay. Oh my gosh. And I love 111 too. So ones, when you see ones, a lot of times it's about making way for new beginnings, but also you might be experiencing some endings because they're about to bring in those new beginnings to you. Everything in life is a circle, okay? Endings and new beginnings, and then the cycle repeats itself over and over again. You can see this with life in general about how everybody starts off as a baby and then a teenager and then an adult, elderly, and then they pass. It's a circle of freaking life, okay? But you also see it in your daily life as well. You know, the sun goes up, the sun goes down, the moon comes out, the moon goes down. There are circles everywhere. And then we also have these seasons of our lives too. So we might be in that season where we're experiencing a lot of endings, but then in a way it's new beginnings. And I know that can be kind of sad sometimes too, because if your mind goes where my mind goes, and that is like losing people that we love, it's almost like when we lose them, though, it's like now we have a different kind of relationship with them. And it's also helping out our spiritual growth, which can also help out us personally. And the more people that I have pass away, then the more I feel supported on the other side with this life. And then I feel like I have more cheerleaders to help me do whatever I'm supposed to be doing here. And even though I would rather have the people here in my life, I also know that they are home and, they would love to help me out. I know that we're going to have a big party when I cross over one day, just like your loved ones are going to be happy when you cross over, which ain't going to be anytime soon. But we go over the other side and they're just going to be like, man, as soon as I passed away and I helped you and blah, 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 and now you lived an awesome life. So when Thursday's card comes up talking about endless possibilities, picture that in the back of your mind. Picture going ahead and taking risk and making cool choices and really being honest with what you could have if you allowed yourself to even think about the amazing things that you could have in your life right now, or the choices that you would make and all these other things. Like, what would you be doing if your mind wasn't limiting you? Yeah. I know we have like money problems and we have time problems and we have family problems and all that stuff. Put that away. Allow yourself to dream for just a couple minutes. Like, what kind of life would you want to have? I thought that I would love to have a life traveling. Maybe you feel like that too, but I don't. I don't want to travel. I think that I want to just. I don't know what I want to do. So maybe you don't either. But maybe on Thursday, with these endless possibilities coming up, maybe me and you are going to be a little bit closer. I just know that I want to live every single day to the fullest and become a better person each and every day. Let's see what else it says. It says, today, ask yourself what you believe. Are there limitless potential outcomes to align your energy with? Do you know intuitively that there is more to life than meets the eye? And are you willing to act on that knowledge? As you believe, so it will be for you, as your energy will attract its match in the outer world. Conditions meet expectations. Either your world remains the way it is in various forms, yet essentially unchanging, or you become more. Everything shifts if you open up to a greater version of you and a more meaningful life, discovering opportunities that better reflect your true self. This is the nature of your dynamic relationship with the divine. Today, stand with open arms, knowing that you are stepping into beauty, into experiences that are potent and transformative. You are walking past the line that you and others drew long ago, leaping over what was and towards what will be. You are more than you were. Now, what is it that you want? The treasure is yours. You just need to believe it. Told you so. What I said and what the book said completely aligns. It's like, what would you want? Like, seriously, would you just want to have like a big, ginormous house? Would you want to live on a farm? Would you want to, I don't know, live off of the ocean or a lake? Or would you want to be like way, way far away from, society? Would you want to live in a different state, a different country? Yeah, you gotta think about that and just play around with it in your mind. You don't even have to take any kind of steps right now. But I will have to say, on Thursday, I do think that there's going to be some kind of choices and options that you are going to have. And what Spirit has to say about that is stay open to them. Okay, now we're moving on to Friday's card, which is number 5, and it is a body and soul. Mm. First off, right away, I just get body care, taking care of yourself. And another thing, too, when it talks about the body, is stop slamming your body. Stop talking so much smack about it. Okay, I don't know anybody who's just like, oh my God, I'm just so perfect with how my body is. Every single one of us can go ahead and have some kind of issue that we have. Oh, we gained weight, can't gain enough weight. Oh my gosh, what about my shoulders? Oh, my nose sucks. Like we can all go through that. And I just think it's so silly though, because, didn't we think this way when we were, we felt ugly in our teenage years and we never felt cute enough in junior high and high school. And then we get into our 20s and then something happens and we're like, nope, I still don't feel good about myself. But then you look back on the pictures of you in your 20s and you're like, oh, I wish I was that thin again. Even though when you were that young, you probably didn't think that you were thin. I just think it's a crazy, crazy cycle that we're talking about. But, anyways, on Friday, it's really going to talk about taking care of you, taking care of your health. I also see a dragonfly, which symbolizes change. So, who knows? Maybe there's going to be changes that are happening around you, or either with inside your body as well. And you're really going to have to take care of yourself. Remember, spiritual people, especially empaths, we need a lot more self care and we need to talk nicely to ourselves. This body is our vessel, okay? This is what we were given. And I believe that we actually chose the way that we look like and everything else like that. So, you know what? So, you have a problem with what you look like, then take it up with your spirit guide when you cross over, okay? I know. I feel the same way as you. But anywho, I am seeing lily pads as well, and I'm seeing tattoos. I'm seeing a crown. I'm not sure if this makes sense to anybody or if individually they make any sense. And I also see sacred geometry as well. A lot of purple, which is talking about spirit is around you on Friday. And let's see what this says. It says pages number 34 and 35. And it says, ooh, extreme self care is called for when you receive this card. Answer truthfully. Are you taking care of yourself? Your first choice may be to care for others before meeting your own needs. Check in with yourself. Are you experiencing halt? I like halt. Halt is hunger, anger, loneliness, tiredness. Halt is hunger, anger, loneliness, tiredness. This card is a signal that it's time to take a break from your current focus and get busy taking care of you because you are worthy of this care. What simple things require your attention so you can function optimally in your world and live your best life a day at a time? Another message for this card holds is that how you live with being your authentic self. Can you be at ease within yourself? You doing you with pride and self worth? Remember, you are a soul that manifests through a body, a spiritual being having a human experience. And that means you're here on purpose, even if there are days when you wonder about that. There is an intentionality to your being here right now, just the way you are in this time in our collective story. You being here is important, for you are a precious being with a purpose, even if it seems exclusive some days. And just know that life loves you. With that in mind, your job is to do your part to make your experience a healthy one. How about nourishing your body, mind, and soul is directly related to how you experience your life. It's time to put yourself first. Then everything will fall beautifully into place. Everything will fall into place if you take care of you. So 100% that is going to be your homework for this week. I know it's Friday's card, but guess what? By the time Friday comes, I want to make sure that you're already on top of it, okay? So that you can be like, yep, I am listening to spirit. So you got to make sure that you are doing you and that you are being good to yourself and that you are honoring yourself, that you are just taking care of you before everybody else. I know it sounds so crazy, but you're going to feel so much better. You're going to have so much energy when you are filling up your own cup. And then you're going to have actually energy to give to other people and you won't feel so worn down. Okay, so I hope that you loved this week's reading and make sure that you are subscribed because guess what? We have a fun episode coming up for you on Wednesday and you don't want to miss it. So I will see you then.
Thanks for tuning in to the Spiritual AF Life podcast. You'll find all the links to resources and more in the show notes. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on the incredible episodes that are coming up.